Hi everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you so much for stopping in, new and returning. You know I love you and greatly appreciate your support. So here's the thing, this is take 2. I had a video that I just did and it was about 20-25 minutes in length, and then I got a visitor, and it was my son, and I had planned on him coming, but he got a little earlier. He got here earlier. And that took precedence. I haven't seen him in 5 weeks, so it was really beautiful. I did lay out your cards though, and I absolutely know what the 2 sun signs are I'm reading for today from my Sun Sign Love series. And if you are new, the format is that I pick 2 sun signs for the day. Today is July 19th, 2020. And I read to you your tarot, astrology, oracle, divinations, my higher power and guidance that comes through messages. And it is just the sun signs, and I like to make that clear. The sun sign is the day we were born, the month we were born. It represents our energy, our soul, you know, the solar part of us, the brilliance, the brightness, our ideas, our personalities, but it's 1/12 of who we are. So I like to make that clear because you are way more than your sun sign, but the sun sign is absolutely important. And then I go on to describe a little bit about each sun sign and why I think you have a great dynamic in this connection. There are so many connections that are available to us in life. I have found throughout the years of study and documentation and you know, personal recognition in my family and friends, myself, that so many of the same people will get together, and it's phenomenal and it's fun and exciting. And I will also tell you that I tend to go on the positive because I think anybody can get along with anybody, but I think that there's certain reasons and explanations through astrology that other people are more destined to be together. And so let us start, shall we? The 2 sun signs for today are Libra, because we are going around the circle of the astrology wheel that I have. And this is midday, so I've done it mid-month, I should say. I've already done the first round, and I'm on the second round. But please let me express to you that I have gotten requests for people to hear specific sun connections, and I'm more than happy to do that. Just let me know and leave a comment, okay? And I'll definitely make that happen. Otherwise, I'll continue to go around the wheel, and, you know, with the different variances of relationships that I can come up with. So, Libra and Taurus. Now, this is not a stranger to me, and it's absolutely beautiful on many levels. But I'll start with Libra. So Libra is an air sign. Libra is a cardinal sign, which means they initiate the season, and that would be the season of fall for Libras. Late September, October is their birthdays. Libras are all about balance. Libras are about being fair, being just. You know, that equilibrium is essential for them. And a lot of people say, oh, Libras, they're so friendly and kind and diplomatic and, you know, sociable and very capable of good communication, you know. But the balancing part is a continuous effort for Libras. I am a Libra, and I have 4 planets in Libra, actually. So there's a lot of my character traits that are Libra. And I know for myself that that balance is so beautiful when it's happening, but it's a continuum for me. It's always kind of trying to see things on both sides of this coin and trying to figure out what each person is thinking and their perception of things and trying to make sense of that. And so we're thinkers. I mean, all air quality signs and air elements, I should say, are absolutely about the mind, the cerebral. You know, everything we do, everything we calculate, everything we analyze is through our thoughts, right? And that's how we can really hash things out for ourselves versus our emotions. We tend to be known as being detached in that way. And even though I have, thankfully, some water elements in my chart that soften that, I can see that in myself. And I never mean that to be the case. I have great compassion, and all Libras do. But we get to our heads, you know, and we're thinking, well, what is the best way? It's hard to say anything right now, apparently. Still dealing with that retrograde, we really are. It's forward, but it's still showing itself as it completely goes forward, apparently. But you know, it's all about kind of strategizing and analyzing and everything, and so much on our heads that sometimes we just kind of forget about that part of us that's also available when we choose to use it. And that's about being connected with people on emotional levels. So Venus is the ruling planet for both Libra and Taurus, which is another thing I love about this combination, because you get the same kind of vibes when it comes to the essential need in both lives for beauty and luxury, and obviously all the senses. I mean, Venus rules beauty, absolutely, and money, and the finer things, art, culture, feeling good, taking care of ourselves, being kind and caring to others. It's all part of the Venusian kind of magical energy that comes from the planet of Venus. So both Taurus and Libra are ruled by Venus. So they have that compatibility. And with Libra, yeah, it's literally offending to be around things that are aesthetically kind of ugly or, out of sorts and, dirty, messy a lot of time. Now, I'm not saying that Libras are messy or not messy. I'm sure there's many that are, but for the most part, I find that a lot of Libras are involved in things like interior design, any kind of artistic flair they can put on. They like to look well, and they like to dress well, and they like to be well kept up. They appreciate the flattery and the interest of the opposite sex, or whatever sex, doesn't matter. I don't actually assign it gender in that regard, but yeah, so they have that part to them. And people consider that to be superficial at times, but I just feel really happy when I'm taking care of things or my surroundings. So yeah, you get where I'm coming from. And the same way with Taurus. So I'll go back and forth a little bit. Taurus is exactly the same way. Taurus is an earth planet. Taurus is an earth element. Taurus is about being grounded, about steady. Taurus is very, very, very dedicated. Taurus is very persistent when they have something they want. Taurus is ruled, once again, by Venus. And in Taurus's case, Taurus is known for money and property. They have this incredible ability to amass great fortunes in their lifetime. Maybe sometimes when they're older, depending on if it's inherited or not. But it's something that's very common, and they have a lot of common sense when it comes to money and spending it. I would say out of the two, they would be the one in this relationship that can help ground Libra from maybe wanting to overspend and be a little bit more extravagant than necessary. And that's beautiful. You want that. You want that kind of complementary energy that provides you with things that you may not do, but you appreciate and you can learn from. That would better the situation yourself and, as a couple. They say that Tauruses are it is a fixed sign. And so, they're set in their ways about a lot of things. And earth signs in general don't really want to be rushed or changed or moved, particularly at all, but definitely not quickly. So there is that to consider. It's not that they're not willing to change. It also has a great deal to do with the other planets. But if they are a little more stubborn, Libras can work with that. Here's the thing. I mentioned earlier, everybody can get along with everybody, but I am going to put this out there. I truly believe in my years of knowing and studying and what I believe for myself. Libras can get along with absolutely anybody. They are the sign of relationships more than any other sign. Other signs are absolutely capable of loving, and they're passionate, and there's, all that devotion and everything. But Libra represents relationships, and I'm talking about all kinds. So this is essential for a Libra to have that balance. They feel so much more at peace, so much more grounded themselves. So yeah, Libra's going to work when they are in love, they will work to the bitter end to make that relationship work. And they will look at the other person's side. And they will actually sometimes, which is, I think I've done for sure, and I'm working at not doing, but they will actually maybe not even speak up for how they feel just to keep the peace within the relationships. Now, at the same time, peace is an important quality to all Libras. They want it to be peaceful. They want They want life to be filled with love and happiness and joy and all those beautiful things. But when they are fighting for a cause or they're fighting for fairness, no holds barred. They are not going to mess around. The swords represent the air, and they are cutting through the baloney, and they're going to make sure that their voice and their point is heard, especially if they feel that they're being just. Yeah, they're pretty steadfast in that. So if you ever want to see a Libra that's not so peaceful, interfere with their family or the ones that they love or something like that. Don't want to do it. Same with Taurus. Do not mess around with the people they love. Taurus is extremely loyal. Taurus is there for the long haul. Taurus is not going to leave. Taurus is a patient one, which I think is good too, because I think Libras can obviously be patient, but I feel like Taurus takes the cake in this relationship. So that's a beautiful thing too. Now, like I said, air is the quality and element of Libra, and their two sister signs or brother signs, which is Gemini and Aquarius. Taurus is the earth. So, sometimes there is an absolute need for communication, which the two of these have very good capabilities of. Once again, Libra loves to talk, loves to communicate, loves to socialize. Anything with written words, spoken word, just is very appealing to them. And it's actually a lot of foreplay for a lot of Libras. And the Taurus is extremely capable as well of great, eloquent conversations. And they could have hours on end on talking about things that they're familiar and they feel a connection about. And certainly in a relationship, if they're building a home or they're building their future together, they could have tireless, beautiful, loving times, fun times. That Tauruses love nature. They love getting out and going on vacations and having parties in their own beautiful homes that they've built probably from the ground a lot of times. Just warm, deep, passionate love. There's great sensuality between these two with that Venus influence. The patience is there, like I said. It's a really, really great friendship and connection on all levels when it comes to love. So I really like seeing this for the two of you. And yeah, so I did pull, like I said, your 4 main category cards for your reading. And like I said, it is for today, but it will definitely move forward and onward. And sometimes you don't feel these energies right away, but do check back at the end of the month, another 12 days or so. I will also mention that we do have a new moon tomorrow. And I do light my new moon candle for that occasion, because the new moons, and this is in Cancer for a second month. That's unusual. Cancer is the water sign. That is the receptivity, the love, the emotional, deep connection we want with our relationships, with the people we love, the people that are familiar. Having my child come here today, it just makes my whole life light up, So that's what's going on. I would highly recommend you write down some intentions, things you want to see moving forward with all the retrograde seasons that we've gone through, all the transformation in these few months. It's exhausting. It's been hard to even put into words, but we're getting through it and things are opening up. And little by little, information is coming through that we can rely on now, because we have to sort through that as well, right? And both of the Taurus and Libra are very capable of being able to block out things that aren't really real. I know they have that inner sense. I know you have that intuition. And together, it's perfect. You can talk amongst yourselves and feel strong in your relationship and your beliefs. And what you see for your future is being, more uplifting and happy and joyful together. So the first card is what I always like to read for you is the foundation. That's basically the catalyst of what's come to this point. And you have the Emperor. And this is such a powerful, beautiful, beautiful energy. And it is a major arcana, which is always very important for messages, specifically for the two of you. It also represents Aries. Now, it just so happens, like I said, the retrogrades are, well, the outer planets are still retrograde for a few months, but the more personal ones are basically all forward for right now. We've got Mercury that went forward. Thank you so much. Venus went forward last month. That's definitely about your loving relationships. If there's been some connection problems, if there's been some distance or communication issues with retrograde, for Pete's sakes, it's going to happen then. Things are smoothing out. You're feeling the love. You're feeling the Cancerian, energy of love and opening your heart, giving, receiving, keeping that currency going, like that of the moon and the tides that actually rules Cancer, the moon. And yeah, feeling strong. So Mars is forward and it is in Aries. So that's a very comfortable place for Mars. But it is about agitation. Mars is the planet of war and, conflict and such, if we let that be the case. Otherwise, we can utilize the positive aspects, which is the energy that it's bringing us. And, for those of us who've been working really hard, I just put out so much love and gratitude to you for having that incredible strength, and I'm still waiting to go back to work. But this is going to continue through January 6th, I believe, 2021, where Mars is in Aries. It'll go into retrograde for a little bit. We still feel it. With Libra, and it's exactly, your polar opposite. I've read the Libra Aries Sun's connection. It's about relationships again. This is huge for you, and getting past points that you were having problems with before and reaching better places. And by the way, the Mars energy is very, very hot and heavy when it comes to, you know what I'm saying. So that's beautiful too. You want to utilize that if it's been missing, or you haven't seen your significant other, your connection, for a while. It's on with this. Take a vacation. Enjoy your beautiful, loving energy together. It's all on right now, folks. It is on. So I really love that. That's beautiful. Just a lot of power, a lot of dynamics, a lot of drive and motivation. Beginnings. That's definitely Aries. And so then we go on to the 4 categories. The first is the overall energy for the month. And this, I was so happy to see this for you. I always am. The Empress. That's the second major arcana. But the epitome of love, the all-being, it's all inclusive as far as the connection and co-creation with Source, with your own inner strength and intuition. And it definitely represents, on other decks, there's mother with child. So it is the birthing of phenomenal ideas, maybe new businesses, new relationships, and then, child. I mean, mothers having children, which is obviously still happening. Perhaps that is the two of you right now. If that's the case, I am extremely happy for you. The newness of that, the Aries is kind of new, and it's like a child because it's the first sign. So this kind of resonates with that, and I'm wondering if a fair amount of you listening and watching might be having child. Congratulations on that, or thinking about it, planning it, yes, and just really feeling incredibly blessed and loved and giving love, and just a beautiful, beautiful energy that is very, very encouraging and definitely uplifting for you. That's your basic overall energy. Now, the second category is under the category of possible blessings or obstacles. And you do have the 4 of Swords. Now, once again, air element. So it's time for relaxing. I mean, it's time to know that we're still kind of in the latter part of the energies that from the 3 eclipses that came, and the last one was July 5th. So we're still feeling it, and they had a story to tell. Eclipses bring things in quickly, they take things out quickly, and at the same time, they also can have a storyline that can last upwards of 6 months or longer, which would put it to easily the end of the year or past. So just take the time to kind of everything has been a lot for a lot of people. A lot of confusion, a lot of change, a lot of loss. Taking the deep breaths and just really hugging each other is really important right now. That's the first thing that comes from my higher power to you, is that you've been doing a lot, and even if you've been at home, you are feeling the weight of the world. So it's time for you to take advantage and take some time off. And, just kind of build that momentum that's coming, you know, with the newness of everything and the changing of, obviously planetary wise, but, you know, the real world as we're seeing it, slowly but surely, and definitely keeping that faith and trust. This is relaxing though. The retrogrades are all about that. It's still the tail end. It's about relaxing, renewing, rejuvenating, revisiting, all that beautiful stuff. So do that for yourself. If you've been feeling a little under the weather, by all means, and go out into the fresh air, go into the garden, because I was starting to say before, I think I did, you know, the gardens have been amazing this year. I do work on mine since I'm home all the time, and it's small, but wow, they are growing and blossoming more than I remember in the last few years. So yeah, just take in nature. And the next category is under the category of love and your relationship. And you have the third major arcana, the moon. So I take this as being first and foremost the intuition, knowing exactly where you are in your relationship. You know, there was a lot of hidden information. There's a lot of things that have been happening in the last few months that normally wouldn't happen, but with the circumstances and the distancing, and maybe not even being able to be with your connection. Maybe it's all been through social media. Feeling good, feeling strong, and getting information, possibly mostly through your dreams. I feel very prophetic energy coming through, and has been, especially with Cancer season, which we're still in until the 22nd, and then it becomes Leo next week. Take it in, listen to those messages, boy. This is all about your love. This is giving you the guidance and the divine intervention that you both need, and you probably you're all well aware of, because you both are very intuitive. So yeah, take it in, take that rest, be together in any way you can, and appreciate it, embrace it, and listen to the messages, specifically for the two of you. The next category is the category of finances, and this is the Two of Pentacles. I love this. The Pentacles are the Earth. That's you, Taurus, and that is, of course, Capricorn and Virgo. And we've had a lot of Capricorn this year, and it is our retrograde planets, Pluto, Saturn, and I want to say Saturn still, but Pluto, Saturn, and I'm somehow missing one. Anyway, it's in Capricorn still. Jupiter, right. Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter, of course. It's the year of Jupiter in Capricorn all year till the end of the year. That's the most incredible time, right? But that is a very friendly, beautiful energy with the Taurus energy, because this too is an Earth. So it's about your money. It is about security there. It is about knowing how to balance it and working together, and the two of you as a partnership, actually working together and strengthening your finances. Things are looking good. And if they have been held up, that's not happening anymore. But I already feel like there's some stuff already in the making that you've already been working on, and it's just been slower in progress, but it's going forward now. And it's absolutely beautiful. Perhaps it is a new home, because anything having to do with the earth or the grounded signs, you know, the element, is all about our sustenance and our practical things in life that we need to attend to, our homes, our families, our food and shelter and so forth. Looking beautiful. Yeah, just being aware, keep in moderation, of course, but you know, that's something that's already happening with you. I don't really have any indication that that's been anything other than that. You work that out, the two of you. That's what love's about, you know. We learn from each other more than any other time than when we're in a relationship. And, you know, it's up to us how much we really want to learn and to grow. So beautiful, beautiful reading. Wonderful, you know, important information. And as we move along, I did not actually do this, but I put the others out. So this is the beautiful Relax deck. I've changed this up. I change them up on occasion. All of them are very important to me, and I love sharing the messages from them. And this is the Relax, which is kind of like basically the time when you're still and you listen to these words as a mantra. And just kind of, sorry, I'm feeling like there's more than one here. Yeah. So let me read to you what it says. And it says, the beautiful pictures too, you want to take a snapshot, you can use it. Stepping stones to peace. Oh gosh. Believe in yourself. We have infinite potential to achieve our goals, even those that seem the most far off. Mark out realistic stepping stones towards your aims and try each day to work towards reaching another stone. Most importantly, do not feel disappointed if one day you make only half your intended progress, or even no progress at all. The mere act of thinking about your goals will bring you closer to them. Oh my gosh, I haven't read this. I absolutely love that for myself, because I do have goals, but I feel like I have been less productive than I have not working in a long time. But this is one of my goals, being able to reach and continue to do my messages, which I love and which brings me such passion and fulfillment. So yeah, that stepping stone, we just do the best we can, right? And we do it with our heart, and that's the important thing. And those intentions, like I said, for the new moon can grow and add to those intentions if you so wish. But love yourself either way. It's all good. And then the wisdom of the hidden realms, the altar priestess. Preparation, prayer, and sacred ritual. Whew, and it's got a star there. Beautiful pictures on this. Colette Baron Reed, number 39. And 9 plus 3 is 12, so that equals 3, and that's about cooperation from others. So you don't have to do anything yourself. Ask and you shall receive. Beautiful picture. I hope you can see it. Let me read to you what it says in the book, though. A special message for the two of you, and I pray you're doing well and just feeling stronger every day. Never losing faith. The stage is set, and the world is waiting for you to take your place in sacred meditation and prayer. As your ally, the altar priestess brings the ritual of reverent interaction with the mundane world. You're being required now to see everything as sacred. All of life is a meditation, and every action is a prayer of devotion. When you're able to perceive the world in a way you question will lead you to the appropriate answer. When you're able to see the world in this way, your question will lead to the appropriate answer. If all is sacred, how can anything be wrong? Ask how you can shift your consciousness to see your circumstances through the eyes of the divine, and you will realize how perfect and sacred everything is right now. And that's such a beautiful place to be, to really put yourself in that and surrender to anything else but that. It just automatically really brings this heart and sacral chakra into a place of great grounding and peace. So yeah, I love that for you. And then last but not least, the Healing with the Angels by Doreen Virtue message is body care. Not to worry, just saying you matter so much. Just be as safe as you possibly can. Try your best not to live in fear, which is definitely something that is needed to be meditated on, because, well, it changes our whole energy field, right? And, if it's not about your body, just, making sure that you're aware and caring for the sake of others, family, or whomever it is. But you're always being watched over. It's all a perfect divine plan, and just do your best to be at peace in this moment. I hope that you like your reading. I love giving it to you, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. So keep that thriving in your relationship going, okay? And know it's a beautiful one, and yeah, regardless of this, that, and the other, you've got this together. There's a reason why you're together, and just let it grow and yeah, just embrace it. So if you did like this, do please subscribe and like and comment. And come on back, because I'll be doing these for as long as people like them. So until next time, take good care. Bye for now.